What's up, Inner Circle family? Good to have you guys here. What a perfect time of year for us to all be together. And I want to say we have so many incredible people a part of this. I see you guys talking about this global community all the time. I'm watching all the chat, so I can see everybody's chat right here. So if you got something to say, please share. I'll try not to get too distracted. But we are a global community. We make up people who are in our KBB family. Some of you are part of Mastermind.com and KBB are just a part of Mastermind and you're here. Some of you are Inner Circle members, Accelerator members, Signature members, but we're all here for one reason, right? To gain capabilities, to be better role models, leaders, to help impact our family, to create the success we know we have, that next level of success. You've already created so many incredible things in your life. But how do we keep growing? How do we keep evolving? And this is what I do. I immerse myself in groups. I listen to books every day. I mastermind all day yesterday. All day. I shut my day down. Two incredible friends of mine that are really smart and really care about the world, and one of my team members that has been with me for over a decade. We shut down yesterday and did what you guys are doing here. Hey, everybody, good to see you from Vienna and everywhere in the world. Hey, pop in here where you're from. Show how many, we're probably close to 100 countries today, right? But yesterday I spent the whole day collaborating, expanding my mind so we can become better versions of ourselves, right? At the end of, let's just say, the craziest year in history. I don't care if it was a good year for you or a bad year, you got to admit, bizarro land. Like 2020, picture this. Picture 20 years ago. If someone put you in a space, like a time capsule, and forwarded you to 2020, and you got out and you were in California or New York or whatever, and you landed in Times Square, and you got out of the capsule, and there was hardly anybody around, and people had masks on, and the presidency, imagine if they came in during the election. Could you imagine if you went to 2020 and it was like 1980 and you went to 2020 and then you went back to 1980, you'd be like, oh shit, we got to fix 2020. The wheels came off the bus, right? And I don't mean to make light of it because I know 2020 was really tough for a lot of people. And some people thrived in 2020. And all I can say is, whatever one you were, today, my goal today is that we anchor in a foundation we start this evolution of anchoring in some strategies that I use to really help me maximize our year, right? We want 2021 to be better than 2020. Can we agree? Like, give me a hell yes if you want 2021 to be your year. Next level. Overcome that fear, not be an imposter, not feel like an imposter anymore. Get rid of imposter syndrome. Go for it. Don't care about the naysayers. Kill their inner villain. Change that belief. Gain the tactics. Move it forward. Launch the course. Get the sales. Have more freedom. Better dad, better mom, better husband, better wife, better human to the world. Give me a hell yes if that's who we are for 2021. You'd be doing something different if you didn't want that. Also, make sure you guys are invited as my guest. All of you. I am doing January, write this down and you guys put it in the chat, January 5th and 6th. I'm going live for 2 full days. You know what we do here, Inner Circle, each month as a part of the Inner Circle. It's the only people here right now are Inner Circle family members. We do this every month. I love all the hell yeses coming in. But January 5th and 6th, I'm going live for 2 days right here. We'll have a different background. And I'm going to film my new course called the Accelerated Success Formula. And I said, with this craziness going on in the world, I'm inviting you to join behind the scenes right here. So today will be amazing, and you get to be a member month after month after month. But I'm doing this immersive training, and I'm going to broadcast it for free, and you're invited. After I'm done, I got to shut it down because it's going to be my course. If you have KBB or any of my courses, my books, you know we don't mess around. We build courses. This will be a signature success personal development course that you will want to have access to, you'll want to really crush 2021. So if you haven't already reserved your spot, don't go now, but write down ASF Live, if you could put it in the chat, ASF, Accelerated Success Formula, asflive.com, and reserve your spot. There's no charge. I'm inviting you. Come join us and be a part of this training. And I'll be like 2 different people that day. I'll be like, hey, everybody, glad you came here. Okay, this first section, I'm going to talk about procrastination and thriving. Okay, and then I'll be like, here I go. I'm going into, and then I'll be like, okay, let's talk about procrastination. and I'll train for like an hour on procrastination. And that will be one section that'll be in this new course. And I'll do that for 4 or 5 hours each day. Probably going to add more stuff after. And then we'll put it together and make it the most amazing course in the world. And it'll be for sale for everybody to get. But you're invited to be a part of it. So try to squeeze it in. Go reserve it. And the other thing I'd ask you too is get a friend or a family member. I literally sent the link out this morning to my in-laws, to my wife's family, to my parents, to my sister, to my brother-in-law, to my nephews. This is what everybody needs. 2020 was brutal, and a lot of people are stuck in this wrong mindset. They're waiting for the outside world to fix things, and that's just not the way it works. We fix the outside world by fixing in here. We start here. We start with our mindset, our capabilities, become unstoppable, overcome the fear, all those pieces, and then we start to grow internally. We become better role models and leaders. We impact our family, our economy, and then we go out and fix the world. So, Inner Circle members, can we step up and fix this damn world? This is where it starts. Hey guys, I appreciate you so much. If you're new to Inner Circle, I hope you logged into your back office and saw you have access to the old trainings. Love having you here each month. This is truly a family. Yes, it's asflive.com. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Mike, who's been with me for, 15, 18 years. Mike, you just keep getting younger too, brother. So thank you. Look at that, ASF Live. So just write it down. Don't go now. It takes you 2 seconds. All we got to do is reserve your spot, right? You just go and go, okay, cool, click, I'm in. And then it'll reserve your spot, and then we'll send you a reminder, okay? All right, so today, I want to talk about, I'm loving all the comments coming in, guys. You guys are amazing. I love the freaking arms, the thumbs up, the thanks, get it. Damn right we can. Yes, we are going to change the world. Listen. When I say something like that, we could change the world, it seems like, oh yeah, really, where do you think it starts? There's thousands and thousands of you on right now in Inner Circle members. Thousands more will watch the replay. 10,000 people maybe will watch this. And if 10,000 of us lock arms and we get the right mindset and we get friends and family to come with us and get them to ASF Live, like literally when you're done, register and then send the ASFlive.com link to friends and family. Like this is how you make a movement. This is how you shift the world. That's why KBB is a movement. That's why Inner Circle is a movement. That's why Millionaire Success Habits almost 1 million copies, right? People know they need to change this, and this is our time. Okay, so today, as a warm-up and a absolutely standalone training, but also a warm-up to what we're going to be doing, I want to go over 7 things that I do, that I think you must do, that we all must do to really lock in a good year. Because let's face it, we've all set resolutions before that haven't become a reality, right? Can we all agree to that? And I don't want to make this, oh, resolutions suck, this is perfect. But let's just be honest. We've set resolutions and they haven't become a reality. What I want to do is go over 7 things that I really think can get you in the right frame, the right state, and really take what you desire for 2020 across the finish line. I'm glad you like that, Kirby, of locking arms, because I feel the same way. Like, listen, we're here, we're family. We pull back the curtain. So I want to go through 7 steps. You guys up for 7 steps? And also get out your journals. Make sure you're ready to write this down. Again, those that are live, we have, I think, 3,500 people live. Another 5,000, 6,000 will watch the replay. Love having you live because I love the comments. If you're watching the replay, just as good. So here we are. There is nothing like live, though. I love that. Okay, number 1. This is one I got from Tony Robbins, like not decades ago. About a month ago, he told me one of his secret things that he does every year. And it is so simple, like so simple. I was like, duh. And we never had the ability to do that. So would you guys like to know what Tony Robbins personally does every year at this time to anchor in a good year? No? All right, we'll skip that one. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to skip that. Okay, so here is what this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you this right here. Okay, so Tony does this. It takes his phone, which we never had access to, and I'd encourage you, because I did this the other night. I even made a slideshow out of it, showed my family. My whole family absolutely loved it. My wife cried. Now, what am I talking about? We must carry across, like, let's take 2020 and 2021 and make it like there's a line between the two. Let's get that definitive line, right? And we must, I love all the yeses, we must carry what serves us across the line to 2021, and we must let what doesn't serve us die in 2020. Make sense? I know that because you could just wake up New Year's Day and be in the same, oh shit, this didn't work in 2020, this person let me down, my careers, my industry, we have the choice. There's no rules in this. We make the rules. So if something's not serving you in 2020, then let that crap live in 2020. And we only want to carry across the finish line the things that light us up, that'll create momentum, that will serve us. So Tony's little hack, which I love, he shared it with me and it was killer, is go through your phone. You have so many pictures, and each month, 12 pictures. I'll be honest, I picked a little more. I picked more like 2 a month, and then I made a little slideshow out of it. But pick a picture a month that invokes an emotion that will create a memory and momentum to carry you stronger into 2021. I want to give you an example. So, Mike, can you pull up that first picture? I just sent these to Mike. So I went through, this is one of my pictures. That's my amazing wife, Lisa, at 9 months pregnant. That was like a week before we had a baby. And, well, my hair's a little poofy there. But, you know, I even posted on Instagram, I am a lucky man. Now, I chose this picture for a reason. Okay? Let me tell you why. You can take that down, Mike. I'm going to go through, I'm going to tell you a little personal background. That was Tony Robbins' birthday party. And he didn't want a big fancy party about him. He made it about a charity that is near and dear to his heart called Operation Underground Railroad, helping people, children mostly in slavery in today's world. Crazy, I know. Shocking. His whole birthday was dedicated to helping that. He didn't want it about him. But it was his 60th birthday. His wife, Sage, did an amazing job of putting this party together, and we went. Why did I choose this? That picture is special for a lot of reasons. My wife is beautiful. She's 9 months pregnant before my boy Luca was born. We had an incredible night. I got to celebrate my dear friend who I love, Tony Robbins. And that's a guy who changed my life 25 years ago, and I just wished I could meet him, and now he's my dearest friend and my partner. All of those. And that night, I was so involved in what was going on with Operation Underground Railroad, and it hit my heart so much that I was able to stand up when they said, who wants to donate? And people were donating 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. My wife and I stood up, and we donated $500,000 that night. We gave away $500,000 in a check that night to Operation Underground Railroad, and every $2,000 saves a child. And after that night, my wife and I, we left and we went to our hotel room, which is right next to where Tony's thing is, where we stayed because it was late. And we just felt so full. Our hearts were filled. We prayed. That's our gig. We prayed for those that are struggling and we can't even imagine. But we were able to do that. So that picture, look at the hair standing up on my arms right now. That picture says so many things. Tony Robbins is my dear friend. Once I just wanted to thank him. My wife, I love her to death. I'm in this amazing relationship. My baby Luca's in there. And that night we helped children that were enslaved because I worked hard and I've been busting my ass since I was 15 years old, cutting firewood and driving tow trucks and then fixing cars and then working on houses late at night, like all of those things. But if I could be at that moment and be able to help people, it really pulls me forward. So that became one of my pictures. Now, I don't want this to be just about me. Oh, look how great Dean is. You donated all that money. No, it took me a long time to get here. This is just where I'm at, guys. I've failed miserably. I've let people down. I've made mistakes. I've went broke. It's just where I'm at now because of that accumulation of all of that wisdom allowed me to get here. But that picture means a lot. I'm carrying those emotions over into 2021. And I'm going to work my ass off to donate even more money. Right? Like next year, I want to stand up and do more than that. But it's going to take a lot of work because, donating $500,000, and that wasn't the only thing. We passed 7 million meals with Feeding America. We built a church, I built a school in Africa in 2020, right? So I need to make more money. So I'm going to impact more lives. I'm going to write more books. I'm going to serve with my heart wholly so I can do more for the world. And that's a phase. It doesn't mean you're there yet. The first person you should take care of is you. You should put your oxygen mask on. Then you should put the oxygen mask of your family and friends. And then you can go out and help change the world, right? Okay, let's go to this next picture. This next picture, that is my son Brody, my daughter Bree, and my sister-in-law Valerie, who helps us out big time with our baby. She's so cool, and she helps her sister out, my wife. Why'd I pull that picture? Because that was us this summer up in Sedona, and I remember that like spending this quality time with my kids and being with my family. I was standing with my wife and our little boy Luca. He was born by then. I realized, isn't that what it's all about? Contribution, love. And I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work really hard to have that freedom to donate that money again or more next year, to take my kids up when it's 100 degrees here, 105 here. We can go up to Sedona and go jump in a stream and play like little kids. And I have a real, I could cry right now, I have a real connection with my children. It's not this, oh, good kids. I'm connected to my children, even though my daughter's 14 and my son's 12. Harder years, but I'm still connected. Can't wait to go spend time with them tonight. I want to look at that picture and remember those, remember that memory. Listen, could I go in my phone and pull up pictures when I was having a really stressed day? Or when a friend let me down? Or when things went sideways? Or I lost $1 million this year on something really stupid? It's a long story. Can I pick the pictures of the days where I missed my kids because I get half custody and I get them 50% of the time? That's why today's so important to me, because tonight I'm going. It's the first time I've seen them in 5 days. I can't wait to be with my children, right? Could I pick a day of a picture of me kind of sitting when I can remember that I missed my kids? I could, but I don't want to. I want to picture the day where we totally immersed ourselves and played in that stream and connected and had great conversation. I want to have more of that in 2021, right? So that's that. This next picture, let's go to the next one. Again, I'm sorry I'm doing this about me. I hope you know I'm using this as an example for you. This is where I'm sitting right now, right? We have a new set and screens all coming, but I'm sitting here right now. And why did I take that picture? Because I remember that we shifted the world. You could take that down, Mike. The world shifted in 2020. And it was hard for all of us. We have a big old brand new office here. This office that I built has 100 spots. And this was almost filled, and the world shifted. And now we had a shift, and people need to be served no matter what. We used to do events in the office and live events, and we weren't set up for this virtual world yet. And all of a sudden things shifted, but people still needed us. And we had a shift big time. And I took that picture because it shows, like, right now, we had countries all over the world, probably 100 countries right in here, and we're connected. I feel like I'm in your living rooms. We're talking right now. We're communicating. This is amazing that we have social distancing, but this picture, pull it back up, Mike, reminds me, in our new screen, I'll be able to see hundreds and hundreds of you, even though we rotate that so I can see so many people. You could pull that down. But what it reminds me of, we might have social distancing, but we are virtually connected, and I feel more connected to you guys now than ever before. Whether you see me on ASF Live, whether you see me in Mastermind, in Motor Millions, in KBB. Motor Millions was my first course 2 decades ago. Wherever you see me, I know now, like, I want that picture. Like, I need to do better and better and better to be emotionally and virtually connected to you. So I don't want to just be a talking head. Why do you think I'm showing you my personal pictures? I don't want to be like, so today we're going to learn the 7 steps to strength, right? It's like that. I want you to know me and know how I got here so you can utilize it for you. This isn't about Dean's great, I wish I could be him. Screw that. Take what I teach you, learn from my mistakes, and make it be about you. That's what my goal is. And that picture shows I need to work harder to impact more lives. That's why I prepare for things like this. I obsessed over this last night. What are the best things I could do? I'm obsessing over what I'm teaching January 5th and 6th. Obsessing. Right? Because the world needs it. And that's the gift God gave me. You have your gift. And I hope if you're in Mastermind or you're in KBB, you know that you have a gift that the world needs. Right? We got to get better at it. So that's what that picture does for me. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'll go quicker on these. This is my wife, Lisa. This was on our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. My nose a little scrunched, kissing my beautiful wife. But that picture means the world to me because she's my best friend. I love her to death. And that anniversary, anniversary was a great time to remind of our nuptials and being married. But really, it's an everyday thing, right? And to me, what I carry across this, and I want to share this with you, is the little things that I learned even more. Every year I learn more about my wife, the things that I know light her up, that give us that relationship, that I know that I get out of bed at 5, she doesn't get out of bed till about 7, right? And what I realized for a while, I was sneaking out of bed because I don't want to wake her up. She's up a lot with our baby. We have a 9-month-old, so I'd creep out of bed and let my beautiful wife sleep. And she told me about 3 months later, she's like, babe, I don't care if you wake me up. Could you kiss me when you leave? Because I just feel disconnected. Like the little thing. I know that's a tiny little thing, but it's something I learned. And I look at that picture, my mind was like, my wife, all she wants me to do is give her a peck on the cheek at 5 a.m. and it lights up her day. If I'm not noticing that, I'm carrying that with me. I'm going to let the rest burn, where maybe I was too busy and I didn't communicate with her for a whole day like I should have. I didn't ask her how she was doing. I didn't ask her about her day. I was so consumed with my crazy days, I forgot about her. Like, I'm leaving that shit in 2020 and I'm not doing it anymore, right? So that's what those pictures do. Pull up that next one. This is my wife, obviously, and my little boy, Luca. I could scroll in and kiss that little boy. I'm sharing this picture because this was a flight. I was blessed to be on this amazing plane. It's not mine, but I was on this incredible private plane and went down to Florida. This is right before the World Summit that we did. We had 10,000. So many of you were there. It was off the charts, insane. And that reminds me of how we shifted, and my hard work. We were able to put everybody in this amazing studio that Tony and I built and have 10,000 of you from 100+ countries just lighting it up. And let me just get to this last one. And then one more, just because I want to show off my boy. Could you pull up that last picture, Mike? And that's my boy, Luca. That was just a couple days ago. Look at that little guy. And that reminds me, lastly, that I'm a dad again. I have a 14 and a 12. I'm 52 years old. And I'm not saying poor me or I'm old, but I have a baby and my wife wants more. And it reminds me that I have a shot to do it great again, to not miss out, to not how fast it goes. My daughter's 14. She was 2 years old 2 minutes ago. That it reminds me that I don't want to miss out. It also reminds me that if I want to be a thriving young type dad for that little boy, I got to stay in great shape. I got to make better decisions with my food. I got to make sure I make great decisions with my health and my exercise, with my stress and people I bring in. Like, I got to do the right thing because that little boy deserves the best version of me. Okay, that was more than I've ever shared about myself ever. But the only reason I did that is because I want to give you an example of what I brought and what I looked at and what I'm bringing forward in 2021. I want those memories. I could find lots of crappy memories in 2020. I want to tell you, 2020 was one of the toughest years for me in a lot of ways. A lot of things went sideways. I'll share that another time. But I'm leaving them in 2020. I'm leaving them there, just making that decision. I'm bringing those memories with me. But I'd encourage you, let's take Tony Robbins' little hack there that he does, and I encourage you, all of you, to do it before the new year. It'll be different than any of your friends are doing. I promise you that. And if your resolutions didn't work last time, how we help them work this time? Okay, that's number 1 of 7. I got 7 more to go. You guys liking this? Give me a hell yes if you're going to do this exercise. Okay? All right, we're going to go through the other 6. We're going to go through the other 6 really quick and get ready for July 5th and 6th. Okay, number 2. Number 2. Number 1 is the picture exercise. Number 2 is, I would love for you to literally write down. Now, this might seem counterintuitive from what I just said, but I would love for you to take the time today, when time allows, and write down what went sideways in 2020. What didn't work? What did you fail at? What was hard? What didn't work? What was hard? What scared you? What were you fearful of? I see all the yeses. I love it. What went sideways in 2020? Because if you think about this, we all know this, not when you're going through it, but we all know that the things that we fear the most, or the things that are the worst that could possibly be, we all know that is actually the, I use this term a lot, the success tax we must pay to become another version of ourselves, right? I'm going to share this, and I have before, but I'll share it now. And again, it's not about me. I hope you are getting, I want this to be about you, but I'm giving you examples to show you, hopefully be vulnerable. And I'm in the best place I've ever been. I have more success than I ever imagined possible, but it took all the crap to be in that relationship, to be that dad, to have the success I have, to have the partners I have. It took the crap, right? So let's not throw away all of the stuff that went sideways, because there's gold in all of it if we're willing to unwrap it and look at it through a different lens and say, what did I learn from this? What did I learn from this? Right? I'm going to use a really, no more trampoline. Oh my God, Karen. I don't know if, I'm sorry, squirrel. Both my kids broke their ankle on my trampoline. How crazy is that? My daughter a year ago, my son 3 months ago. So I'm not going to look anymore. I'm getting distracted. But what can we learn in 2020 that brings us forward? Again, I'm going to be personal here. When I went through my divorce, my ex and I, my children's mom, knew that our relationship was over many years before that. We lived in different places in the house, but we were co-parenting, and we figured out how to do it. When we finally decided that we were going to end things, it really put me in a tough spot because of my children, because I was a child of divorce. I know how ugly it was, and I didn't want my kids to experience that. And I was willing to sacrifice not being in love and having just a friendship and co-parent. I thought that, and then there was a time that neither one of us could do that anymore. And that moment that we said, it's over, and I have to look at my kids and tell them this, I went into crazy, anxiety, fear. I can handle anything in business, but my children, this was brutal for me. And I was melting down a little bit. This is years and years ago, but I was melting down. Just being honest, I'd love to say, no, I handled it perfectly. No, I didn't. But I did the same things here. I got in groups. I got a coach. I went to a therapist. I read books. I interviewed people who had gone through it. And I worked on me. And I became better friends with my ex as we exited. We put the kids first. We made a child-centered divorce. But here's the reason I'm sharing this, is during that worst pain of my life, worrying about my children, the worst pain ever. Nothing is compared to that in my entire life, I'll be honest with you. Anxiety I literally 3 days a week, I had to have a glass of wine at night. Literally, and this is a person who worked on his personal development his whole life, who could pick up the phone and talk to Tony Robbins and everybody. I was going to say Dr. Amen, who was so beneficial and helped me so much. But as I was going through it, I became a better version of me on the other side, right? I went back through that pain, but during the pain, I navigated new territory. I had empathy on a whole nother level with people that went through anxiety. I had compassion for people who went through divorces. I had compassion for my parents, some of the things they did. I focused on my children. I couldn't have quality time or quantity of time. It was reduced in half. It had to be quantity. I had to go deeper. And all of a sudden, this pain that I could have said, this thing, it was also this blessing. I came out on the other side. I unpackaged the shit all around the divorce, and I went through and go, I could be a better human. If I'm going to attract the love of my life, I need to step up. I can't just go look for a woman to fix me. I need to be a better version of me. Here's some of the things I messed up on to get to that point. And I worked on me to become better. I got a love coach. I got someone to help me unblock some things that happened when I was a child. I became a better version of me. I looked at my kids and said, no, this does not get in the way of being my children. When they're with me, it's going to be deep. And all of these gifts came out of the worst experience of my entire life. Now, that's one example. Have I had other bad experiences? No, that was the only one. Hell no, I go through shit all the time. We all do. So that's why I want you to look at this past year and say, what was the crap? What went sideways? And where is the gift in the crap if you just move it out of the way? Because here's what I want you to do. If we go through what failed, is what is the lesson that we can learn from the fear we had, the way we stopped, the way we didn't show up, or the thing that went sideways? There's always a lesson. And if you just take it, think about a pile of poop and know that this little bit of gold is in the poop. Now, I don't want your hands dirty, but you got to put some gloves on, move it out of the way, find the gold. I found the gold in the worst experience of my life. I'm a better human being because of it. And that has happened in my business more than ever. I failed miserably in businesses. It hurt. I wanted to give up. I said, screw that. I'll go to work for somebody else. But then I stopped and go, no, no, that was a lesson. That was me paying my success tax. God needed me to go through that, the universe, whatever you believe in. What can I learn from that? And when I got to analyze it and I pulled out the gold, I'm using this little cap as gold, out of the poop, I could take this with me into 2021 and leave the rest in 2020 and let it die. So think about that. What is the pile of poop? I was doing it too low. You couldn't see what I was doing. What is the pile of crap you went through? The failure, the loss, the fear. Part it, find the gold. I'm using this as gold. Keep the gold. Learn from it. And throw that crap away. That's number 2. Number 3, the opposite side of that. This is something we forget sometimes. Analyze through 2020 of what worked. What worked for you? What did you learn about yourself? You know, the whole world has been asking, pull out the gold out of the poop. That's right, Jessa. I like the poop emojis. I guess I said the word poop too much. But think about this. What worked? I mean, I think we had an entire world that's been asking for more time to reflect, to look inward. And all of a sudden, COVID came, and you got the time. You looked inward. There was no way around it. What did you discover? What did you discover? What worked? Think about that. What worked in your family life? Are you home more now? And you had to figure out how to, that dynamic, but there was blessings in that and it worked and you want to do more of that. What about your health? Did you figure out a way to eat better? Did you have a little glimpse of something? What about your relationship? What about work, business? Did you launch your course? Did you sell one course? Did you sell 20 courses? Did you tell a friend? They said, that's a good idea. Not the friend that you told said that's shitty. Ignore that. Leave that crap in 2020. What worked in 2020 that we can carry across the finish line? And that's how you build what? What's the word I'm looking for? Momentum. That's how we build momentum. So think about this. I told you the story about my wife, that subtle little kiss that worked. And I mean it. I wake up in the morning, I give her a kiss. When I see her now she's like, hi babe, thanks for the kiss. That worked. I'm taking that crap with me in 2020. But there's also a lot of other things too, right? I realized that if my wife is such a family girl. She loves her family more than life. Her brothers and sisters, her mom and dad are her everything. Sometimes we get really busy. There is zero reason other than we're hustling. We're new parents. We have older kids. We have businesses. We run a household. And sometimes we don't get to see her family as much as she liked. She liked to see them every day, right? Which is great. And I love having them around. They're awesome, right? I also know that I can read my wife. If she hasn't seen her family in a little while, I can feel her being a little edgy. Not with me, just edgy. And I know she needs her family. I learned that. I'm taking that with me. That's just another stack to keep improving this relationship. Momentum to make my marriage better and better. I believe I have one of the best marriages anybody could ever have. I want it better. I want it better for her. I want it better for my children to see that, right? I also know with working out, right? It's going to sound subtle. I'm using silly little examples. But I know in the morning if I get up, I have this routine. If I stick to this routine, that I go and I wake up and I go out and I eat a little oatmeal so I have some food in my belly. And then I drink a green drink. I have this little concoction I do. And when I realized in 2020, if the first thing I do is walk around my block, it's a 1.2 mile circle. If I do that first, it puts me in a really good state. For me, sometimes I forget to pray and be grateful. I just do. I have gratitude. But sometimes, whatever your spiritual beliefs are, to me, I believe in God. And I got this section when I walk around the block and I go, it's where the sun's coming up. So I'm walking south and I make a left and I'm walking east. And when I walk east, the sun is like, boom, because it's like, I do it right as the sun's coming up, especially the summertime. Now, sometimes it's in the dark, but the sun's right in my face and I feel like it's God's flashlight. And I'm like, it's my spot where I go, thank you, God. Thank you for all the problems I had. Thank you for the things that went sideways. Thank you for the mistakes I've made because I wouldn't be the man I am today. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And that little walk, because it's like a half a mile and a half a mile, and that little eastward and westward walk is only like an eighth of a mile. So I make that corner, the sun's in my face, and when I do that, wow, it's magical. I have to be honest, now that it's winter and it gets light later, sometimes I'm doing it in the dark and it doesn't even feel the same. I can't wait for the time to change so I can have that sun in my face and have that reminder. I'm carrying that with me into 2021, but I'm leaving behind the days that I wake up and jump on my phone and work till 9 o'clock and then I'm frustrated I didn't work out. That doesn't serve me. Doesn't serve God, doesn't serve my kids, doesn't serve my family. So I'm not doing that anymore. Another thing, again, I'm talking about me a lot. I'm just hoping it sparks things. Because the little things aren't the big things. The little things are everything, okay? What I recognize, I wanted to go all plant-based. It was just this vision I wanted to try. I have hereditary high cholesterol, and I just said, I just want to go plant-based. Not realistic for me. And some of you that are, I get it, but I want to be 80% plant-based. Because even if I do all the stuff to get protein, I'm telling you, for me, maybe it's psychosomatic. When I don't have like meat protein, I get shaky, I get tired. If I can have fish and salmon and grilled chicken mixed in every once in a while, it just satiates me and I feel good, and that's what I'm doing. I'm eating lean, but here's what I realized. Here was the win for me. Is if I do 80% plant-based, I'm really obsessed on lots of live vegetables as much as I can, I feel good. I think it's going to really help my cholesterol, and it works for me. So I'm not going to beat myself up that I'm not going to go 100% plant-based, but I'm not going to eat steak every day. And I found this groove, and it's working. It's building momentum. I'm bringing it across the finish line with me. You guys getting this? I see all these incredible comments coming in. Tracy, Carrie, Olga, Karen, Carolyn, Michelle, Dr. Donna, Nicole, Michelle, Yvette, Stephanie, Eric, Michael, Clara, Mary, Jennifer, Carissa, Lee, Debbie, Carson, Frank, Silva, Anthony, Karen, Silva, Karen, Randy, and so many others. Thank you for all the incredible comments that are coming in. I'll read all of them. So light it up. But I want you to think about that. So now we're going to do the picture exercise. We're going to find the crap. That's a nice symbol for gold. We're going to find the gold inside the crap of the things that went sideways, learn those lessons, polish them off, and protect them. Take them with you to 2021. Leave the crap in 2020. We're going to think through what worked. What little things did you do that made your wife light up, your husband light up, your kids? What helped with your health? Even if you failed 100 different things, leave that shit there. Take the one thing that worked. What helped with your business? What made you, did the value ladder, if you're in KBB, or did the value ladder help you? If in Mastermind, the 14-day training, seeing someone else sell their course that's just like you, what worked for someone else? You can go, that shit worked for them. I'm taking that with me, right? What little proof of concept? I hated selling, but I watched this training with Dean, and selling is about service. I like selling as service. That's good. Take that with you. Selling, I can't do it. It's for young people. Leave that shit over there. If we want to impact lives, we must serve. Service is selling. As long as you know what you're doing changes life. Let me just ask you if you're honest. Right now, be completely honest. Say yes if you're glad that you're a part of Inner Circle. Because the only way you got here is if you bought a certain course or you're paying every month to be here, right? So let me know if you're glad you're here right now. This is my service, right? So it's the little things. And I remember when that shift happened to me and I said, I can't help people. I can't impact their lives unless they read my book, get my course, come to my Inner Circle. This is service. When that shifted in my brain, oh my God, everything changed in my life. If you had any of those breakthroughs, they must come with you, right? They must come with you. Okay, that's number 3. All right. Thank you for all the yeses. I see them coming in. Boom, there we go. We're only on number 4. All right, number 4. This is one that I think is really important. I'm looking at all the yeses come in. Thank you, guys. Not what you're going to accomplish. I want you to write down. These can be kind of quick, number 4 and 5. Number 4, not what you don't want to do or not what you want to accomplish. I want you to figure out who you do not want to be in 2021. Ooh, that's different. Thank you for all the great comments coming in, guys. I'm seeing them all lighting it up. We're over 5,000 people here right now. I'd love for you to write down. Somebody write this in the chat. Who do I not want to be in 2021? Who do I not want to be in 2021? Because It's not always about the accomplishment. It's about who you are, because if you become the best version of you, the accomplishments follow. So do you not want to be someone that procrastinates? Do you not want to be someone, a person that's not true to your word? Ooh. Do you not want to be someone that doesn't align with your values? Do you not want to be someone who's waiting for someone else to fix this? The magic wand of the government. That ain't never going to be. Who do you not want to be? Do you not want to be the person that gossips? Do you not want to be the person that gets on social media and 3 hours later you're still surfing stupid crap that didn't serve you? Who do you not want to be in 2021? Do me a favor, write down one thing that you don't want to be. Don't want to be. I don't want to be known for. Like if there was 10 people around that knew you, 3 people that knew you, and they were talking about you, would you love for them to say, or would you hate for them to say, oh, she's got lots of great thoughts, but she always procrastinates. Oh, she's really awesome, but she talks about other people too much. He's a really great guy, but never focused, trying to do a million things and never really goes all in. Oh, they're a great couple, but do you know they spend hours and hours binging on Netflix when they could do other things? Who do you not want to be in 2021? Just decide, I screwed that up. I shouldn't have done that in 2020. That shit's staying in 2020. I am not going to be this person. Okay? The next one, that's number 4. Number 5. You already know what number 5 is, don't you? Procrastinate. I see all these incredible, I love negative comments. Think about that. Number 5. Here's my brilliance. Who do you not want to be? What do you think number 5 is? Who do you want to become in 2020? I didn't ask you what you want to accomplish. I asked you how much money you want. I asked you what goals you had. Who do you want to be in 2020? That's something to think about. I have to tell you, in my late 40s, I was at Tony Robbins' house, and we were talking. It was kind of this time of year, and shifts were happening in my life, heading towards 50. Tony looked at me and said, who do you want to become in your 50s? I have to tell you, I've heard that before. So have you. People have asked me that. I've read it in books. But Tony, 3 feet from my face, with his guy cares so much, got the biggest heart, looks in my eyes and said, who do you want to become? It just freaking hit me. Who do you want to become in 2020? I have to tell you some of the things I wrote down when I literally wrote down who I wanted to become. I wanted to become a better man. I wanted to become the man. This when I was after my divorce, and I wanted to bring the right person up. I wanted to become the man who attracted my soulmate. Not go find the perfect person, but who do I need to become? Loyal, deep values, family first, like hardworking, but who do I want to become? I want to be a better role model. I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better man. I want to make it so I am the same person in front of you as I am on stage, or as in with my children, my wife, or when I'm alone. I want to be the most congruent man alive. Write that down if that's something you want. I want to be the most congruent. I want to, if someone said, I found Dean's phone, I'm going to go through his text. I want someone to say, well, holy crap. Dean's the same when he texts as he does here. I want someone to be eavesdropping at me on a restaurant when I'm somebody else, and they go, oh, there's Dean. I wonder what crap he's going to say. Oh, wow, Dean's pretty much the same there. Oh, look at him with his wife. Oh, look at him with his kids. Oh, look at him on camera. Dean's the most congruent guy I ever met. That's who I want to be. I'm not saying I was always that way. That's who I wanted to become. I want to become unstoppable. I want to make it so when there's a problem in my way, I don't give a crap if it's a brick wall with steel behind it and wood beams behind that. I will get through that. I am tenacious. I am the type of person who I want to become, someone who gets done what he says he's going to get done. I want to be someone who does not dabble. I don't mess around. I don't have one foot out the door. If I'm going to teach you today, I'm going all in, all energy, all thoughts. I have nothing else on my mind but you and serving you this moment. That's who I want to become. I want to become a dad that when my kids are 30 years old, they go, wow, my dad did a lot of stuff, but he didn't neglect us. And he gave me the tools to be a good human. Like, that's the man I want to become, and I want to fine tune that. Who do you want to become in 2021? That's the question I'm giving you right now. The question that really shifted me. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6. Boom, number 6 is, this is where I'd love for you to set some goals, right? This is what most people do. Most people skip the number 6. You just went through 5 things that will set up the year of your life. July 5th and 6th is really going to set it up. So I hope 100% of you are joining me. Seriously, if you were a part of Black Friday, you're already in. Okay, everybody else, you need to go sign up at asflive.com when we're done, right? And accelerators too. So just ask the team if you don't know. Accelerator family, I think you're in as well. Anyway, I'm digressing. But most people skip the number 6. Let me set some goals. I want to make more money. I want a better job. I want my relationship better. I want to look good. I want to get buff again, get in the best shape of my life. Yay! And what substance do they have underneath it? They didn't go through their year. They didn't carry what worked. They didn't address what failed and find the gold in the failure. They didn't understand what did work. They didn't learn the lessons. They didn't decide who they don't want to be. They didn't decide who they want to be. Just set some shit-ass goals that they hope come true that don't. But you're here. At number 6, it's time to set the goals. Now, you might have your own process for setting goals. I won't go too deep in it, but you want to set goals in the different buckets. Your fun bucket, your family bucket, your health bucket, your money bucket, your career bucket, the impact bucket, right? Whatever buckets you have. And here's what I've just decided. To look, pretend it's a year from now, right? You've heard me say this. It's a year from now, and you're looking backwards, and it was the best year of your life. In this state that we're doing right now. You should do this literally when we get off here in a few minutes. You literally should do this. After you go reserve your spot, you should do this while you're in this state. It's the best year of your life. You're not thinking about the shit. You're not thinking about things went wrong. You're not thinking about COVID. You're not going to think about the election. You're thinking about nothing except it's 1 year from today. You're still an Inner Circle member. We're having a freaking reunion, and you're jumping on here, and I'm talking to you on Zoom, and you're telling me how it was the best year of your life. What would you be saying? Not what you're going to accomplish. You're looking backwards. If you're in KBB or MindMint, it's like, I am selling 10 courses a month, 20 courses a month. I have a community of 10,000, 100,000 people. I'm making X. I'm living life on purpose. I'm impacting other people. I have the confidence, the courage to be my own man, my own woman, to do my own thing, to lead my family, to create my own economy. My health, I'm eating better. I'm more lean. I'm on fire. My cardio is kicking ass. I feel amazing. I can run upstairs faster than my kids. My husband looks at me, and we have that spark back. Or I found the relationship that I've been looking for in my life. Start pretending, start envisioning the best year of your life, and then start writing it down. That's where true goals come from, right? Not New Year's resolutions. Let's get rich. What the hell does that mean? Here's $1. Go on, right? Like, what does that mean? You want more money? Here's $2, right? Like, you got to define what you want in each section. That's how we shift our world. That's how we set goals that stick. That's how we crush 2021. You do the 5 steps before you set the goals. So pretend it's a year from now, look back and craft your goals in this mindset. Making sense? Okay, number 7, and the last one. I love this one. Number 7, and thank you. Everybody, I'm looking at all the comments coming in. It's incredible. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Number 7 is simply this. Now that you've envisioned the best year of your life, you extracted your goals out of this, right? We went through the phone. We worked what was hard and failed. What lessons did we learn? What worked? Can we carry momentum? Who do you not want to be? Who do you want to be? You looked back at the best year of your life and you set these goals in each area. The last part I would suggest you do is, as you're envisioning the best year of your life, if you envisioned right now, I'm just using a number, okay? it could be love, it could be anything, but let's just say you're envisioning your income and your career, and you are bringing in, I don't know what number, $10,000 a month. Maybe you want 100 grand a month or $1 million a month. Let's just say $10,000 a month is coming in every single month, right? Don't just go 10 grand, that'd be cool. I want you to think about and feel the emotions you would feel if that money, whatever your number is, 10, 100, 5 grand, 10 grand, 100 grand, $1 million, if that money was coming in every month, I want you to sit and feel what kind of emotions would you feel? What would be attached to it? Would you feel more courageous? Would you feel more confident? Would you feel just secure that you know you can protect your family no matter what happens? Would you feel like you're finally making an impact? How would it feel to give some of that money away, to put your oxygen mask on and help other people, right? Because what I want you to do here is not just set the goal. Next to your goal, I want you to attach an emotion you'll feel when it happens. Confidence, courage, courageous, happy, joy, abundant, secure, love. What would it feel like in a year from now that your relationship has the spark back? I have to tell you, I've been in both, right? I went through a divorce. I don't hide that. But I have to tell you, you know what it feels like when I literally walk into my house after years of being together? I walk in and it's like, I see my wife every day because we're in quarantine, except when I come to the studio, right? I'll walk home. When I walk in the door tonight, my wife will come up to me as if she hasn't seen me in a month and kiss me and look at me. If my wife and I are out to dinner and I go to the bathroom and I come back to go sit, my wife looks at me across the room like she's in love with me, and it lights me up, right? I want that for each and every one of you. So if you desire that kind of love, maybe that's not what you want for a new relationship or the relationship you're in, or fix what's going on. If it was a year from now and you had that, how would that make you feel if your husband looked at you that way? Or your wife, or your friend, or your partner looked at you that way? What about health? What if you looked in the mirror and you were the size you want to be? The hell with that ripped abs and looking 22. What do you want to do? How would that make you feel if you looked in the mirror and like, holy crap, this is the size I want to be? What is that emotion? How will you feel? So this last piece is, how do we attach an emotion to the goal? Because the emotion will drive us more than just having $1 million a month, or 100 grand a month, or 10 grand a month. Oh, you got money. What are you going to do? Who are you going to impact? When we attach, I'll be confident. I'll feel secure. I'll take care of my family. I'll donate more to my church. All of a sudden, it invokes an emotion, and we get stuff done when there's an emotion attached. That's our training today, Inner Circle family. I appreciate you guys so much. This is the 7 steps that will set you apart from previous years, set you apart from others. This is your unfair advantage to make this year happen. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. Thank you so much for being a part of KBB, being a part of Mastermind.com. That software is on fire. Wait till you see what we're doing in January. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to continue to grow and be better and better. So make sure that Mastermind.com is just something you're staring at being a part of, because that's where you take what's in here and you sell what you know to impact other people's lives. If you're a part of Accelerator or Signature, thank you for being a part of our high-level family. If you're just a part of Inner Circle, awesome, amazing. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys so much. And thanks for lighting it up. I see all the incredible comments in the chat here. And remember this, right now is the time. As soon as you get off, go to asflive.com. Oh, there it is. Look at this. I'm pointing and Mike puts there, asflive.com. Go reserve your spot and try to be there live on the 5th and 6th. If you can catch most of it, be there. You were here today. Thank you. Be there for the 5th and 6th. It's going to be amazing. It's 2 days of immersive training. Do my absolute best. Just picture an hour like this. This is what it's going to be like. An hour like this for a specific bucket, say on overcoming a bad belief, right? And then I'll say, oh, that training's done. Like I just got done now. And I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm going to take a little break. Hey, guys, how'd you like that? Let me know if you're part of VIP. I'll be like, oh, what'd you think? What'd you think? Ask some questions. In a moment here, let me grab some water. In a moment, we're going to go into productivity. And then I'll come back just like I did that hour. We'll do another hour. Or do another. I've never done this. I did a little one like this like 5 years ago. But the world's in chaos, and the world needs it. So that's why we're going to let people watch me film it. You must be there. You're our family. Come, light up the chat, be a part of it, ask me questions, and I can't wait to see you on January 5th and 6th. Have a happy new year. I appreciate you. Love you guys. Let's keep our arms locked. Let's be the role models. Let's be the leaders. Let's change the world. Now go to asflive.com, and we'll see you guys soon.